Nice to speak with you today, Cheryl Ann. And this is going to be an interesting topic on leadership in supply chain. And my first question is, can you first provide a brief background of yourself?
Sure, no problem. My name is Charlene Welch. I've been in the logistics industry for the last 15 years plus. I currently have an MBA in global supply chain management. And I really enjoy the fast-paced, exciting, you know, um, factor in regards to logistics. I think it's very interesting. I think it really pushes your thinking, and it encourages you to really become a detective sometimes. But overall, I'm really excited to speak to you.
Thank you. My first question is, how do you define leadership in the supply chain?
Well, leadership on a whole, from my perspective, it's the ability to, lead from behind, but at the same time, and what I mean by lead from behind, meaning that you should be able, as a leader in general, to be able to, one, relate to the needs of your clients, as well as relate to the needs of your staff, and as well as relate to the needs of the industry. You should be privy enough and knowledgeable enough as for the ever changing changes that we have in supply chain management. It's all about innovation, creativity, but also humbleness. And the reason why I say humbleness is because while it's a fast paced business, we're always on the go. Shipments are moving left, right, and center. You're trying to make that flight. You're trying to come up with the most cost-effective way to provide the level of service that you want for your clients, as well as still provide quality service. At the end of the day, you have to understand that you're trying to meet the need of a client, but both internal and external clients. And so you have to have a balance when it comes to leadership, and not just focus only on the day-to-day operation, but also really being willing to, sometimes get your hands dirty. At the same time, sometimes try to really look at the trends and see what the challenges are and how you can really develop, your operations from a holistic perspective. That's how I see it.
And why is leadership important?
To me, leadership is very, very important. In order for you to be successful in anything in general, in life on a whole, you have to have a goal. You have to have some type of, strategic plan where you want to accomplish the goal. And a lot of times, we always often say that, there's different reasons why we provide a service. It could be for quality, it could be a brand, it could be innovation, it could be, I would say I would stick to that. But basically, what I'm saying is that when you have strong leadership within an organization on a whole, your team tends to follow suit. And that can be seen by the way how you treat your clients, how you treat your employees. And usually, that allows organizations to always take themselves to the next level, right? So it's all about having that differential edge that a lot of organizations tend to try their best to have. And so, like, for example, I just recently read AT&T's CEO said that one of his focus is for
And why is it important?
Okay, so why leadership is important, it's really about, taking your organization to the next level. It's all about differential advantage. It's all about having a great understanding of the industry and leading by example. One of the things that I just recently read was AT&T CEO stated that he wanted to focus on continuous learning for his team and for his entire organization. And I found that to be really, really interesting. And it made me smile. And the reason why I said that is because a lot of the times, organizations do not invest in their key people, which is their staff. And I think a lot of times what we fail to realize too, and this also stems from leadership, is that the people that are working the day-to-day operation for your organization have a higher chance of providing solutions and innovative solutions for the growth of your organization. However, sometimes they are not focused on, because sometimes the organizations focus more on either the profits, or they focus on, trying to meet client needs. And I think it's about balance. So when you have strong leadership where they cover all the key intricacies within the organization, from operational costs to employee development, to client development, to meeting the client's needs. And when I say client's needs, meaning that what the client's expectations are, it tends to they tend to look at the organization from a holistic point of view, and then everything works more seamless. But sometimes, unfortunately, we think leadership is about just, working in our own little silos, and someone's just, dictating how things should work. And there's no harmony within the organization. And I think that's something that a lot of companies lack. And so to see a CEO, realize that we're in a changing time where technology has grown so fast, and you can get anything online in a split second, and being able to compete with other companies and organizations worldwide is key to ensure that your staff is highly developed, as well as ensuring that your clients are educated. And that's one of the things that I've seen in working in this industry for the last 15 plus years, is that a lot of times there's an imbalance in how information is shared and how people lead. And that's just my personal feeling.
And how is it done effectively?
I think leadership is done effectively by, one, having everyone on the same page in regards to what exactly is the ideal goal. A good example, for example, currently I work for this company, WorldNet, and they're based in New York, and their focus is the fashion industry. And they have key core values, and they instill the key core values within every staff member. They actually spend an exhaustive amount of time training and developing their staff in understanding that the most important two components within the company is the clients and the employees. And this message is carried throughout the organization. From the cleaning guy, he's aware of the core values. He's aware of what the goals are of the organization. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of times it's not done effectively, because you can pull aside, I always believe you should be able to pull aside the lowest ranking employee in the organization and find out and inquire with them, what is the goals of this organization? Where do you think the company is going in the next 5 years? And they should be able to at least, be able to say confidently at least five key things. And that's because it was trickled down from the top down to the bottom. A lot of the times information stays at the top, and then employees are doing their own thing, and then we lose sight. And so we find companies facing a disparity and trying to understand, well, what happened? Where did we go wrong? But I think it's all about communication. I think it's about dedication. I think it's about ensuring that everyone is on the same page in regards to the strategic plan, and understanding what your key role and responsibilities, and how your role impacts the growth of the organization. And to me, that's where you have, greater opportunities to grow as an organization, because everyone is able to relate and understand, exactly what the main goal is and what the strategic plan is going forward to accomplish those goals. That's just how I see it.
Well, thank you, Cheryl Ann, for sharing your views today on leadership in the supply chain.
Thank you very much for having me, and I hope I answered your question as well.